On February 18, 2023, the Oshkosh Police Department responded to a disturbing call from the 500 block of Jefferson St., where a caller reported that his sister had become violent and her boyfriend was bleeding, possibly from a stab wound to the arm. Officer Bennett was the first to arrive on the scene, and the following bodycam footage captures those critical first moments. It's important to note that the victim survived the attack, and as a result, his identity and image have been redacted by the police department for privacy.
Who is injured and where are they? Where is the other person?
She's not there.
Right, is it just the three of you? Okay.
Help me, please. Please help me.
Yep, ambulance is downstairs. 403, if you can come up.
Copy.
Everything's calm with them.
Oh.
Where are you hurt?
The officer then pulls Morgan to the side to get more information from her, as the victim continues pleading for help.
Have you got shoes or something you can...
Oh, they're downstairs.
Okay.
Oh, please.
They're coming up.
Can we go? We gotta go. I can't see.
Yep, medics are coming upstairs. Is this your stuff? Do you have an ID in here?
No, it's in the car.
Morgan?
Please help me.
Ethan, no, come on.
Please help me. Please. No way. Oh my God.
Okay, what is your name?
Morgan Lund. L-U-N-D.
Amid the chaos, emergency crews rush to tend to Morgan's ex-boyfriend's injuries. Though portions of the audio are redacted, Morgan is visibly distraught, her face etched with panic and concern. She pleads with the officer in a trembling voice to let her speak with her father.
Morgan, can you tell me a little bit more about...
No.
No? And why is that? You feel... Why are you saying no? I don't understand what you're reacting to right now. Are you just scared about the situation, or do you not want to talk to me?
I want my dad. I want my dad to come here.
Okay. I understand that, but you're an adult, so I need you to make your own decision about whether or not you're going to talk to me, okay? What?
What do I need to tell you?
The questions that I was asking, what kinds...
Morgan tells the officer that she thought she saw a mysterious figure before she attacked her ex-boyfriend while he was sleeping. Her voice shakes as she explains, trying to make sense of what happened.
I was sleeping, and then I don't know, I was like half awake. I bring her out here every morning to fever. And I mean, I've seen the same thing before. I've
You've
never
seen
done
the same
anything
thing?
like that.
You have seen the same thing before? Okay. Have you ever had any kind of medical treatment for anything like that? Have you seen a doctor, a psychologist, counselor, anything like
I'm
that?
too embarrassed to talk to anybody.
Okay. And what is his... Have you ever...
No.
And Ethan's your brother?
Yeah. Oh my God. There's something wrong.
out here? And were you asleep immediately?
We're coming out here again.
Okay. 6 a.m.
I got her out at 6.
And then you went back to bed. Is that right?
Yeah, I went back to bed. I didn't get much sleep last night. I don't know why.
Okay.
And then I finally fell asleep.
And you what?
I finally fell asleep and I was seeing all these weird things. I don't know. There's blood all over me.
But you don't remember coming back out, but you do remember seeing something.
It was like in my head though. It wasn't real. And that's when I was like, what is going on? I didn't know what was happening.
Can you describe for me what you saw?
It was like, I don't know, it was like something black.
Did you get the scissors away? No, it's still there.
Shortly after, another officer took photos of Morgan, capturing the blood on her hands, clothes, legs, and feet. The questioning resumed. Morgan said she had been hallucinating and dealing with mental health issues, adding that she felt like she had an out-of-body experience during the incident.
Do a favor for me, okay? Can you come over in front of this white wall so that my friend here can take some pictures of you?
You just put your arms out. Thank you. Hey, can you flip them the other way? You're not cut anywhere?
No, I was trying to stop him from bleeding.
Can you just turn around and go and take a picture of the back of your legs? Make sure you're not cut there.
See the same thing?
And I feel like somebody else. I feel like it's not even me.
If you had to physically describe what you were seeing, like big or small, black or white, gray, blue, whatever.
It was like a blob.
Like a blob.
Like a black blob. Like a blob, but like a figure.
Okay.
I don't know. I have something.
So you see a dark figure, but it doesn't look like a person.
Yeah.
Am I understanding that right? It's just sort of the shape.
And I could hear him. Yeah.
Who?
And then I came out and I saw something, like, over him. So I don't know, like, what was, like, real and what's not real.
Okay.
I don't know if I was dreaming.
But the other experiences that you've had have been when you were awake?
Yeah, we're like half awake.
Okay. Right before you went to bed or right after you woke up?
Both.
Both.
No,
But it's
no, I would
usually-
never do that. I would never
Right.
do that. Yeah.
But it's usually that same sort of dark figure that you see?
Yeah, but it's something in my head. It's not like, I don't know how to explain it.
But when you see it, your heart beats really fast and you feel afraid.
And I just feel like something's taking over me, like, I don't know, and now it's like, everything's normal.
And that happens every time.
What is going on?
Morgan describes the night of the incident as feeling like an out-of-body experience. She shared that she worked in a mental health institute and often spoke to others about their experiences. Many had confirmed to her that hallucinations and seeing strange things could be real, validating her own troubling experiences. Desperately, she tried to convey to the officer that in the moment of the stabbing, She wasn't acting out of malice, but because she saw something else, something unexplainable when she looked at her boyfriend. Through her words, Morgan sought to make sense of a tragedy shaped by the torment of her own mind. As Officer Bennett spoke with Morgan to understand the situation, another officer arrives on the scene to speak with Morgan's brother, Ethan, to gather further details about the incident. On the night of the stabbing, Ethan called 911. While holding Morgan's crying child, he tells the officer he was sleeping when he heard Morgan and her ex and what he thought was another verbal argument.
Okay, is that your sister? Yes. Okay, so what happened?
Just sleeping.
You were sleeping, okay.
Sleeping, and I just hear screaming. I thought they were just fighting like normal. And it starts getting loud. What the hell?
Was he screaming back at her?
It was kind of like a, I don't even know, like, get off me, like, help. I just got me.
And that was him saying that?
I don't even remember.
Okay.
And open the door. They're on top of each other.
What do you mean on? So they both were on top of each other?
He was like on top of her trying to take the knife out of her hand or something. I don't know.
Okay. So, okay, how was she positioned? Like, when you say when he was on top of her, was he like straddling her?
Yeah, he like had her wrist down.
And then holding her wrist, like straddling her like that? Okay.
And then,
Was he bleeding already at that time?
yeah,
Where was he bleeding? Where'd you see?
his arm and stuff, and then I had seen the couch. Help. Go over there. I don't even know. That was like when it was ending.
Okay. Was she saying anything at this time?
She's just freaking out. I don't know. She's saying she doesn't know what happened. That she was seeing stuff, having a dream or something, and then realized it was real.
Okay. Does she suffer from mental health?
I think since she's had a kid, because
That's their kid?
yeah, and then
Ethan told the officers a similar story to Morgan's, but he added something important. He revealed that Morgan and her boyfriend had been having a lot of problems in their relationship. The two often argued, and fighting between them was common. This gave the police a deeper look into the struggles Morgan was facing.
Okay. Does she do any drugs? Does she drink?
I mean,
Okay.
she goes out with her friends.
Okay, but no illegal drug use that you're aware of?
No.
Okay. And that's niece?
The officer needed to question Morgan to determine whether any external factors influenced her actions, potentially driving her to commit such a horrific act. This information would be crucial in guiding their approach to the case.
Okay. Did she say it might have been a dream? Go back into that.
Yeah. She's kind of saying like she was, so like as I'm calling you guys, that she was dreaming or something, and then like seeing something in her head. I don't really know.
And you...
Aaron, is this his bedroom?
That's where he stays. He doesn't live here, but he stays here. Yes. And you said that she might have some mental health issues since she's had a kid. Explain to that. Have you seen a change in behavior?
I think just a bit of maybe postpartum depression, maybe, or just,
But you've seen a change in change in personality?
Maybe not a change in personality, but
Sit there.
she
You're not getting me in those, are you? Okay.
they got a lot of relationship problems.
Okay.
So
Okay. So this fighting minus the actual injuries is not uncommon?
no,
So they argue a lot.
yes,
Are they physical a lot? No, just verbal arguments a lot. Okay.
Ethan admits he never saw the actual stabbing, only the aftermath. The officer, noticing the wrench in the room, pauses the questioning to check on Morgan and the victim's child, both of whom are still crying. As he steps away, the officer briefly surveys the scene, noting just how bloody it was.
So I don't know, like, what was, like, real and what's not. I don't know if I was dreaming.
Where was I?
Right before you went to bed, or right after you woke up?
No,
But it's
no, I would
usually-
never do that. Would never
Right.
do that. Yeah.
sort of dark figure that you see?
Yeah, but it's something in my head. It's not like, I don't know how to explain it.
But when you see it, your heart beats really fast and you feel afraid.
I just feel like something's taking over me, like, I don't know, and now it's like everything's normal.
And that happens every time.
Morgan sat before the officers, visibly shaken as she tried to explain her actions. She told them that the attack was caused by a dark figure in her mind, something she couldn't control. It felt as if something was taking over her, and in the aftermath, everything seemed normal again. Despite her attempts to explain, she couldn't fully grasp what had happened, leaving the officers with a growing sense of confusion and uncertainty about the situation. The officer took Morgan's brother, Ethan, to the police station for a detailed interview. Ethan in an interview room, sharing statements about Morgan and her ex-boyfriend's troubled relationship. He revealed that their life wasn't as happy and perfect as it appeared on the surface, providing crucial insights into the events leading up to the incident.
So, I'll explain 1 second. So, I'm going to have you write the written statement. Okay. Exactly how you told me it. You know, you were sleeping in the spare room. You woke up to yelling.
Ethan provided a written statement detailing everything that had just happened during the incident. His account painted a clearer picture of the events, offering crucial information for the investigation.
So then at the end, just be like, ever since my sister's had her child, I've noticed.
Oh, so you're kind of done with the initial story?
I mean, I think so. I think
Let me read it over real quick.
there's bodycam.
Yep, no, let me...
That's what you're seeing. When did you start seeing this?
Probably ever since I came home from Canada. It just seems different. Getting emotional, talking about it. She's brought it up, not just to me, but my family.
So when did you come back from Canada?
April, March.
Okay. So almost a year ago?
Yep.
And the baby's 11 months old?
Yeah, she's almost 1.
Okay. So was she talking about that before the baby was born or while she was pregnant or?
No, I never really seen her when she was pregnant, but
Okay.
not that I know of.
So after the baby was born, what was she talking about?
Just whenever I would be hanging out or whatever, me, her, and her boyfriend, and like if she would get sad or something, she would bring it up, and I don't know, just didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know, if she's just saying this or what, but she definitely started acting way different.
Can you kind of explain what that acting was or?
They just like maybe her mood overall and how she's going about her day and not being as active. Just really showing her emotions, I guess.
So, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, I'm just trying to figure out what you're saying. Like, is she kind of a flat effect, or is she really emotional, or what is it that you're seeing?
It's like she'll be crying out of the blue or something, or yelling, which is just stuff I've never seen.
Okay.
So that's stuff like that that's different from when we lived with my mom in high school and stuff. She wasn't like that.
Okay. So, kind of out of nowhere, she just started crying, or angry, emotional. And so she's discussed postpartum. Has she gone to a doctor for her?
I am not sure if she's ever gone to a doctor, but she's told me and my family members about it.
Okay. Has she talked about seeing images or things or anything?
I don't think so.
No.
Just today, she was saying she was seeing something. I'd heard her when I was in the spare bedroom after
Have you seen or heard them talk about breaking up or what that status is? Or?
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely breaking up. Like, I think their lease is up in, I want to say, June 1st maybe, and then they'll try and get their own apartment, I think.
Okay, so they've basically broken up, but they're together at that house because...
It's like co-parenting right now or something.
Okay. And how long has that been going on? That they've basically broken up and decided they're going their separate ways?
I mean, it's hard to tell because they're so on and off, but it's definitely a solid month that they've been distant. Like,
Okay. Kind of more roommates than boyfriend and girlfriend.
Ethan shared that Morgan and her ex-boyfriend had a rocky relationship. Despite having a child together and sharing a home, their bond was far from harmonious. The ex had even claimed that Morgan had physically harmed him and hurt him multiple times. Their constant arguments over trivial matters had grown so intense that he would often shut down and distance himself. Eventually, their relationship reached a breaking point, and they decided to end it a month or two before the stabbing incident. Ethan also revealed that Morgan had been struggling with depression, particularly since the birth of her child, who was now 11 months old. This revelation raised questions for the police, making them wonder if the end of the relationship had worsened Morgan's mental health, and if the stabbing was an act of revenge. The officers began connecting the dots between Morgan's personal struggles and the tragic events that unfolded. After speaking with Ethan, who couldn't provide much information, the officers turned their attention back to Morgan. She was the only one who could truly explain what had happened that morning, and why she had attacked her ex-boyfriend. What they learned from her was both shocking and unsettling.
As soon as we can do that, here, go ahead and put these on.
I just can't even process this. I don't.
But that's not necessarily going to happen, okay?
Meanwhile, Morgan, visibly shaken, speaks frantically with the police, her panic growing with each passing moment when the officer informs her that she is under arrest and they have to take her to the police station.
Okay, the 2 days?
We'll work through it. Let us work through
So
it.
you guys, you know what's gonna happen.
We
You
don't
guys are
actually.
telling me.
Genuinely
Like,
do not.
what's most likely in this?
We don't ever know.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Like,
we've been lying
seen
to give you.
before.
And
My
honestly-
dad worked for a prison for so long, and I worked at the mental health institute. I've seen like things like this, and I just want to know like what's most likely gonna happen to me.
I've been doing this for 12 years and I've never been in this situation before.
Yeah.
So this exact situation, and
I mean,
each
like-
one is a little bit different, but this
Okay.
exact situation,
What I will ask, not to intervene, is
Yeah.
your mom and dad are outside. They're
They're
gonna take
gonna
the
see
room.
me.
Is it possible, Miles, to cuff her at the vehicle?
Sure, where is it?
They're
I'm not
outside.
gonna do anything.
I just don't want them to see her being cuffed. Are you okay?
Yeah, I don't
with that?
want them to
Okay. We'll just walk with you and then go from there. I would just ask, just don't really talk or anything to them at this point.
Minutes later, she tearfully pleads with the officer, asking what will happen next.
We're gonna go down here, okay?
Dad.
As the officers walk her to the squad car, Morgan can be heard crying, asking her father for help as he tries to figure out what even happened. Despite Morgan's account sounding plausible, the police were torn between two possible scenarios. One was that she truly suffered from an untreated disorder which would clearly explain her actions. The other theory was more sinister, as it suggested that she might be using the supposed disorder as an excuse to avoid punishment for the attack. In this scenario, her true intention could have been to harm or even kill her ex-boyfriend. Morgan found herself in an interrogation room. The officer began by reading her Miranda rights, informing her of her legal rights. In response, Morgan asked the detective if she should have a lawyer present before or after the questioning, a sign that the gravity of the situation was beginning to set in.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah. Hi.
You're on speakerphone.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to, like, get a lawyer, do you think, before talking, or? I was told I was allowed to ask you.
It's hard. Anytime I would say yes, but I feel like, I don't mean to say this mean, but you've been having like postpartum stuff.
I know.
It seems like you're not yourself, but I don't know what even happened over there. So I think you probably need a public defender is it something they can get you right away because you want to resolve this? If you need to go to a mental hospital or like get evaluated, you need to get that today. So is it something they would be able to get you today?
Sir, this detective artist, that is especially if it's a public defender, it's almost impossible to do so. If you have a private attorney, that's not impossible, but very difficult being a Saturday.
Right.
But I would say it's almost impossible to get one here for her, like right now or today.
I understand that. I hate this because I know that she's having mental health issues, so I feel I'm obviously worried that when police arrive, they're looking at criminal right away when I know she's been having problems. So if I knew, I don't. Morgan, are you there?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel okay to talk to them without an attorney? Or would you want to wait to have an attorney?
No, I feel okay. I just wanted to see what you thought was best.
Morgan, you're not yourself. You're not yourself. You didn't do this on purpose. You don't.
I did it on purpose.
Was he sleeping?
I don't know. I was like half asleep.
I know. Were you having a dream?
Yeah, it was like I was having a dream and then I was like half awake. Out to the living room.
Yeah.
And then I woke up again and I was like half asleep.
Once more, Morgan requested the detective to contact her father over the phone. When her father answered, he reassured her to remain composed and not to fear. He firmly believed in her innocence and advised her to stay calm and trust him, offering her a sense of comfort amidst the uncertainty. While Morgan waited for her father to arrive, half an hour seemed to stretch on forever when he finally showed up, revealing the truth behind Morgan's actions. He explained to the officer that Morgan had been battling postpartum depression, and up until now nothing this violent had ever occurred during her struggles with this health.
About what's happened this morning. Not too much. My son called me a couple times. I didn't answer, and when I called him back, I think he was probably calling you guys and stuff. But he said she was like sleeping and she had a bad dream, or she said she didn't know where she was and stuff, or she didn't know what was going on. She's been having she's had postpartum depression since she had the baby, and my wife was a social worker for years, and program director and stuff, and she kept saying she's having mental health issues, and I would bounce around it with her, but I didn't want to accuse her of having mental problems and stuff, so I never pushed it far enough to make her go get help. Okay. But as far as today goes, Ethan said, and I saw her too, it was it seemed like she wasn't even there. She's never grabbed a weapon and done anything like that before. And she's just been I know she's been crying out of the blue, she'll just start bawling for nothing's going on, and she'll just start bawling. She said, when I say she said weird things to me, she'll say weird things to me, and I don't say anything. I just let it go because I know she's having mental issues, so I don't want to say the wrong thing.
What do you mean by weird things?
Just weird. She'll not just talking about weird stuff. I don't know. I can't think of a specific example. Just weird, not weird crazy stuff, but talking about stuff that we weren't talking about or something. And it's just she's different. She's way different. And then you know, I'm pissed at myself because we wanted her to get a good job and everything, and now she's like, now that this happened, I'm thinking, I told my wife, how stupid are we? Like, we encouraged her to go work at the mental health facility because my wife was a program director there for a long time.
Postpartum depression is a severe mental health condition that some individuals face after childbirth. It can bring overwhelming feelings of sadness, anxiety, and helplessness, making it difficult for them to care for themselves or their newborn. For Morgan, this struggle was compounded by the challenges she already faced, creating a storm of emotions that may have clouded her judgment and actions. Her mental state played a significant role in shaping her reality, eventually contributing to a dark and tragic turning point in her life. After a distressing interview with detectives, Morgan and her father decided they would not cooperate further without legal representation, seeking guidance to safeguard her rights. Morgan's actions culminated in the near-fatal stabbing of her ex-boyfriend, who survived despite enduring 19 stab wounds. Although he described her as having been abusive in the past, he denied any prior threats or altercations on the night of the incident. Charged with attempted first-degree homicide, Morgan later claimed her mental illness influenced her actions, ultimately leading to a plea deal. In November 2023, she was sentenced to over 7 years in prison, followed by extended supervision and probation. Her case underscores the intricate connection between mental health struggles and the justice system, highlighting the pressing need for better mental health awareness and support in society.